No, I believe we've got national security contributor Tracy Walder. She's also a former CIA officer and FBI special agent. Tracy, thanks for sticking with us. I want to kind of hop off of what Brian was just touching on there. That anti-Semitism, of course, as we have seen, appears to be on the rise here in the U.S., and that levels of hate crimes are at record highs right now. From a law enforcement perspective, how do you prepare for a rise like that?
Well, thank you for having me again, Brooke. Look, it's really, really difficult. And I have to be completely honest, on a personal level, every time I'm on this show or every time I'm on social media and I admit that I'm Jewish, I see a deluge of anti-Semitic emails. That's what I get. That is the reality for us. And I think the problem is when we look at something such as September 11th, when that occurred, there was this unfortunate and horrific backlash and violence towards members of the Muslim community that was completely unwarranted, obviously. And people really took people to task, quite frankly, and put legislation in place to stop this behavior and wholeheartedly condemned it. And that is actually not what's going on here. It's actually becoming mainstream. And so what's happening is it's almost blurring the lines, if you will, of what is acceptable and what is legal. And in a way, the violence is becoming legal.
Yeah, your reaction to hearing, I think that we had been hearing that there was a pro-Israeli group there in that downtown area, but until this press conference moments ago, local authorities in Boulder did not want to speculate on a possible motive. But I think now we can really piece it together, right? I mean, FBI officials there in Colorado said that he yelled "Free Palestine" moments before throwing a makeshift flamethrower into the crowd. Hearing those details, it's deeply unsettling.
It's incredibly unsettling. And I'll be honest, I know earlier we talked about sort of that disconnect, right, between local law enforcement not willing to call this initially a terror attack, and then the FBI saying that this was a very targeted terror attack. The Denver field office is actually an excellent field office of the FBI. And I have to be honest with you, I am very frustrated as a former law enforcement officer that local law enforcement almost, I don't want to say disagreed, but really didn't call this initially a terror attack. It's very clear when he did something like that and uttered those words, which I am certain they were able to obtain from witnesses almost immediately, why they wouldn't come out and say that, because we have to call these actions what they are. They are terroristic. They are terror attacks. This is attempted murder. And when we sort of, I guess, beat around the bush in terms of some of that, that really dampens what this is and what these crimes are.
As we've been mentioning, 6 people were hurt in this attack. 2 of them were airlifted with what we would assume are very critical injuries after this. What questions do you still have as we start to learn some more details?
So I'd say the biggest one, and Brian, your previous guest just talked about this, the biggest one to me is, who is this person's associates? Who are they? What potential future attacks may there be? I think the biggest thing, in my opinion, is going to be combing through his social media, because I feel that this is where a lot of this planning takes place. Now, whether that's Discord or whether that's kind of the more mainstream, Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, I would be very interested in what the FBI is able to glean from that. They can do that relatively quickly. Obviously, they have warrants for his phones, for his devices, for his apps, but it is going to take some time. And in my opinion, that's the thing that's of the utmost concern to law enforcement right now.
Okay. And again, that suspect has been identified, 45-year-old Mohammed Soliman. We've learned he was also taken to the hospital, though we don't know the extent of his injuries. Tracy Walder, thanks for sticking with us. Thanks for your expertise.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.